Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so, okay, so we gotta get a whole list here. So you're a romance
Okay.
author.
Yes.
What genres do you want to tackle? Like, what's the craziest thing you want to write?
Craziest thing I want to write. I want to write something that is paranormal. I can't let myself. Um, at this time, I haven't been able to create that world. To create those different rules for a fantasy or a paranormal or science fiction. I haven't been able to let go of this physical world and its rules and regulations and stops and just be able to dive headfirst and write like like the worlds of Game of Thrones or Star Wars or Star Trek or even any of the simple paranormal fantasy, the simple ones where they only throw in just a little bit. I can't seem to let myself break the rules of this earth to write it yet.
So, hey, have you ever read Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
Parts of it.
Oh, okay, it's okay.
The
Listen,
answer is 42.
actually, I wanted to bring 42 up in particular. I bet you
Okay.
it was actually what I wanted to bring up. I bet you don't realize that 42 did not originate with Douglas Adams.
It didn't?
Nope. Most people don't know where it actually originated, but believe it or not, Alice in Wonderland's where it originated. The idea of 42
Ah.
is actually there. It was there first. So I got this. So because I'm doing Alice in Wonderland's Greek mythology, I have this wonderful book called The Annotated Alice, which you can see right here. This is what I've been using as this is my Alice in Wonderland research. It's got Good Looking Guys
Mm-hmm.
and Lewis Carroll. But the cool thing is, there's all these cool like little notes about different things Carroll wrote about, and you can see the cultural references of the time. 42 is in that book well before Douglas Adams did. Now, the cool thing about 42, it's also in technological stuff as well. And the idea is 42 can be anything. That's the actual meaning of 42. It's anything you imagine it to be, right? So for
Hmm.
you, Miss, I'm just gonna call you Miss Gangster from now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's there. It's there. It's there. You're okay with this, so we're good with this. Like I like being a gangster. So Miss Gangster, here's the thing, okay? The secret to opening yourself up. If you find yourself hitting that wall, you know what you need to
Yeah.
say to yourself?
42.
42. Just give it like a mantra.
Seriously.
42. Push forward. And if you can't break through that day, that's okay. 42. The next day, you try again. Say 42. You could try to push yourself a little further. If you can't, that's fine. 42. Go back. Next day, try again. And what will eventually happen, eventually,
Eventually.
right? This ain't a race. This really isn't a race. It's about it's about how you can grow. It doesn't matter how fast or like that doesn't really matter,
Right.
right? What matters is you're trying, and eventually you'll turn that very. So one of my favorite Chuck Jones cartoons is about a straight line trying to impress a chick, and what he did was he eventually made himself curve. It's the Chuck Jones story. It's a very short piece. It's like 7 minutes. He didn't get the girl he wanted, but when he curved himself, he changed everything about him when he did that. And the moment he did that, he saw possibilities he never did. What you're trying to do, see, is you're a straight line. And you're used to thinking in certain straight lines, and there's nothing wrong with
Mm.
those straight lines. Now you're trying to curve yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay if the curving takes a little time. It's okay. Just remember, when you get stuck, mantra 42.
42.
Just mantra up the 42 and imagine as hitchhikers or imagine as Alice in Wonderland, right? You're going down the rabbit hole. 42. If it doesn't work, 42. That's your way out. It's your way in and it's your way out. And eventually, it'll come to you. It's a thought.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. If my advice means anything, Miss Gangster, that would be the advice I'd give you. Give yourself permission to imagine, and don't beat yourself up if you can only go so far. Right? You have other strengths, and those other strengths are incredible. I mean, you raise two kids on two sides of the spectrum, you're automatically a badass. You would have been a
Thank
badass
you.
even without. You would have been a badass even if you were just a mom. But I mean, the fact is, you've learned patience and compassion and empathy in probably ways very few of us ever have. So look at the strengths you do have and do those better than anybody else because you
Okay.
can.
I like you. I really do. You are a phenomenal human being.
I try.